Took you a second there. What is happening, y'all?
Hey, everyone. Hey, Sharon. You were first. Awesome. Hey, Mama Z's. Hey, Renee. Hey, Pam. Hey, Janice. You were a little bit early.
Reminder to everyone rewatching this, skip 2 minutes.
Yes. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lori. Hey, Red Silo Homestead. How are you guys? Hope you're doing well. Hey, Mary. Hey, Veronica. Hey, Karen. Goodness. Hey, Grammy.
Y'all rolling in here tonight.
Hey, Kathleen.
I love it.
Morgan's Happy Place. I like that name. Hello. Hey, Tammy. Hey, just Deborah from Quebec. Hopefully everyone's having a good Monday.
We had a good day.
We did. It was a little bit hectic towards the end, but it's all good now. We're all settled and excited to do the live.
Yeah. So today was back to work day, but I was able to get the shelves done in the greenhouse.
Yay.
So that'll be tomorrow's video. Y'all get to see the shelving. But you see the other part. It's the intro. I don't want to tell it all. But I hope y'all like it. I'm sold on it, but I'm also like, there's things that could be done differently than what we did. And I talk about that in the video. So
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it too. Yeah, y'all just make your own judgment and do it however you want to if you're building it.
Pretty excited though, because that means that now we can get our seed starting area set up and start our cold crops and put them in the greenhouse, which is very exciting. We didn't do that last year, I don't feel like. I don't know why. We just kind of got caught up, I guess.
Well, see, in our last place, we didn't have a whole lot of garden space. Well, 2 reasons. One, we did the overwintering of the salad greens. So we still had salad greens.
That's true, yep.
And we had carrots in, and we had garlic in our 3 main beds.
That's true. So, yeah, we did grow.
Yeah, we just didn't have to start.
Hey, Pearly May. Hey, Marla. Hope you're doing good. Hey, Sherry's Kitchen. But, yeah, moving forward with that greenhouse is going to be awesome. We need
to get a grow light section set up. And we have our grow lights, but we need to get them set up. Think about it. We had a lot of questions when the greenhouse came out on about like how to really use it, to be honest. So starting seeds, we still recommend when you're in wintertime, not when you're in spring and summer, because they can do it then. But when you're in wintertime and you're wanting to start seeds, do them inside still, because you need consistent soil temperature. And at night, that greenhouse is going to get cold. So unless you have a heat source, space heater, something in there, your soil is going to drop too cold and you're going to have low germination rate. So you still want to germinate them inside. But really, honestly, as soon as they get up, as long as your greenhouse is not going too below freezing, they'll be fine out there.
S. Cole said, what plastic did you use? The plastic we bought is actually in our Amazon store. It should be in our description, I think. And that's the one that we've bought twice now.
It was from Farm Supply, and it was 6 mil, and it was 20 foot by 50 foot. It was either 24 or 20 foot. But
so your size obviously depends on the size greenhouse that you're building, but always get significantly bigger. Just because where it is rounded, no thank you.
Yeah, she tried to get more that too. There we go.
It has to cover the sides, the front and the back. So that can be tricky. So always get it, pretty decently bigger than you need to.
Yeah, sorry, I was distracted by the cat. Did you say the first one was a little short?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was just a tad short, and it was 20. What are you doing? The cat. It was 24 by 24. Isn't that what I told you? Something like that. And it was only 16 foot long, and that was still too short for the 16-foot long greenhouse.
Oh, that's funny. Fancy Farmer said, hey, y'all, any experience with the Instapot? That's funny
enough.
Because we actually just used ours for the first time today.
Yeah, so my mom got her for Christmas.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's called?
No, but it's like
What's
Chef IQ.
Yeah, Chef IQ,
like that.
That's right.
It is a full-on, like, technology. It is intense. Yeah, Chef IQ. So, like, it has an app. It connects to Bluetooth. I think I just did something to it when I did that. It started beeping.
You got to say hi to everybody if you went up here.
Is the lid off?
Yeah. There you go. Oh, crazy cat. Go on.
I know you distracted me out.
Sorry, you were talking about the other spot. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't remember where I was going with that, but it's very complicated, but it's also really cool.
It's not really. We just used it one time.
Well, I've never used an Instapot before. This is my first one.
It's amazing.
So we had to figure it out, and then it took us a while. I was scared of it. I didn't really know what to do, and then we decided to use it today because we ran out to the grocery at like what 3:30.
No, it was 4
4?
because my meeting was supposed to be
And
4
the
and it got canceled.
grocery is like 35 minutes away, mountain roads.
Yeah.
So that took a while. And we were like, well, we got to eat before the live. So we threw some chicken in it and it cooked it in 9 minutes. And
8 minutes.
8 minutes. And it was really, really good.
It pressure cooked it. And
yeah.
Wow.
Very impressed with it. It's pretty cool.
Amazing.
Like the front of it is like touch screen, and I don't know, you get the app and it's got like all kinds of recipes to follow, and it tells you on your phone like what it's doing, the different steps and when it's done, and it's just really cool. So yeah. Definitely recommend that.
I'm sold on it. It was awesome. I'm ready to like deep dive. We just did chicken. We just did chicken breast. We didn't do anything fancy this time. We just wanted to get our feet wet. Red Silo Homestead. Hey, when do you start your seeds? We started ours way too early last year. So if you're we're 6B. So first off, go with your zip code, figure out when your last frost date is, because that's going to determine everything. For warm crops, tomatoes, peppers, non-frost tolerant plants, you want to go 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost date is when you want to start them. That gives you 6 to 8 weeks to grow. That gives you about the right height to go plant in the ground. I know it's really hard. You want to plant a tomato like really badly, but don't do it too early. 6 to 8 weeks. For cool crops, they can handle frost for the most part. That's why they're called cool crops. They can handle a light frost. So we usually start those like 16-ish weeks before the last frost. That way we can keep them controlled. We can start getting them used to the cooler temps in the greenhouse. And then we can get them out in the garden when we're starting to be like on the uprise, but you might still have a frost here and there.
Yeah. But I mean, also you don't want it to get hot when you have your cool crops
right,
out there. You want to give it time to grow, which we're actually going to do a seed starting video this week. And we'll post that of just kind of, the ins and outs 101 type stuff. I don't think we've ever actually like dedicated a video to that. We've talked about it, but we're going to do a whole thing on it because we've had a lot of questions. So hopefully we can help, and it's exciting. It's fun to talk about.
Karen Thompson, $5 super chat. Howdy to my favorite homesteading family.
Thank
you, Karen. That was too sweet.
I'm going to go back up and see. I missed a bunch of questions. Peppers for sure. Yeah, which we can start our peppers a little bit earlier than the tomatoes just because we usually are not very good at germination.
Yeah, and you do want to, they're slow growers anyway, so you can I'll give you 10 weeks. 10 weeks on peppers.
It's a little bit of trial and error too. They won't all germinate. So if you give yourself time, then you can restart and, do it.
Room for error.
Yeah. Goodness and everybody said, Jen, I attempted to make lavender orange salve today. The house smells amazing. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Hope you love it.
Yeah, the basement smells amazing because we have all of her soap down there. Would it be called curing?
Yeah, curing. Yeah. Yep. Hey, Karen Thompson.
Pearly May, she did chicken wings in her Instapot. So I love chicken wings in an air fryer. It's like my favorite way to do it. So I am excited about trying them in the Instapot. As long as they can get crispy.
Laura said, Jen, how much space should you give basic herb plants? So the herbs are a little bit trickier because you have some that will stick to their own areas. You have some that will bush out or, grow extremely tall or take up an entire area. So kind of with those, you just have to read the back and see and kind of plan it out. But it's not like strict like tomatoes or peppers.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be, if you want to prune it and keep it back and stuff like that. If you have limited space, then by all means.
It's all up to you.
Too.
Right. It's all up to you on how much you take care of it. I mean, you can
let
most herbs take over as much room as it'll be allowed to go. But you can also cut it back and keep it in a small area like Jen proved at our old place. Like we had 2 raised beds dedicated for years, and that was her whole tea garden. So it's just up to you all. You have to stay on it if you're going to do that, but they will take over.
Yeah.
So the name passed, but someone asked if we heat our greenhouse. So we will put a light space heater in there once we get our summer crops out there because we still get those cool nights they come in. So we'll use that to keep the temp above freezing. But I am going to be looking into more practical ways to keep the place heated rather than have to run electric and use a space heater because dangerous plastic, right? So, but it's not like overly dangerous. I don't want people to be like scared to use it. We've used it for a few years now. But I am going to try to figure out some other ways to heat the greenhouse more naturally.
Corey said, my Instapot is still on the floor where the tree was. I was a crock pot guy, nervous to try it.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I love my crock pot. This one has like a slow cooking option, so that's really cool.
Yeah, it has slow cook,
still gonna use
pressure can, sear, steam, saute. Yeah, all kinds of options.
It's wild. It's a whole new world. Hey, Swafford Homestead. Hey, Sandy Cruz from North Carolina. Simply Southern Roots. Hey.
So you want to talk
National
about
Championship Alabama was playing.
Are they? I've watched very minimal sports this year, like hardly at all. But I did watch Lamar Jackson, Louisville Cardinal, win his first playoff game yesterday. Well, I say that. I saw, 10 minutes of it.
Yeah.
We went out and worked in the greenhouse.
Harvest in the Valley said, hey, Jen, are you the video editor of the two? And if so, how bad did you laugh when the door fell into the greenhouse? I'm actually not. Zach's the editor. I edited one video one time, but it was like super simple. I don't really understand the whole process and don't really have any interest in it.
I dabbled in it in school too, so I like it. I like editing. It's fun as long as I have time.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm scrapped for time, I'm like, just be done.
What is Erica said? I'm curious what y'all's favorite video that you've done. I'm sure that's a tough question. I think mine's the year in review, both of them.
Yeah, always the year in reviews. Those are just the best.
Hey, honey said, thank you.
Them. But if I had to pick a vlog, just a video, not one of the special events, I think it's got to be the toilet for me.
Yeah, that was a good one. I really liked the one when we first moved here and you and Wyatt went to the barn.
Yes, that was good. You talk about that one a lot.
It was so pretty. I go back and watch it all the time.
Yeah. The fog is beautiful here.
Mm-hmm.
The latch, man. So many comments about the latch. Yes, we have that set where we won't lock ourselves in again. And worst case scenario, we poke a little. Yeah. But yeah, we won't get locked in this time.
Yeah, always carry a knife and a smartphone. Right. Oh my goodness. So Wyatt lost a tooth this week.
Yes, he did.
Yesterday. He's a little bit behind.
That's a good question. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you. First time having chickens. How long do fresh eggs last on the countertop? And can you use fresh chicken poop or fertilizer for fertilizer, or does it need to sit for a bit? The fertilizer question. It does need to sit. It's hot. So just compost it for about a year. And the fresh egg is debatable. I'll tell you our opinion. You can tell me if you think it's wrong. I don't care. I wish I did. But do it however you think. Honestly, they can last a couple weeks on the countertop. Here's the thing to remember with eggs. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to we'll get right to it. But that one's a question we get a lot. The eggs you get at a grocery store, besides being processed and perfectly formed and ridiculous because no egg is the same as the other one, they have, from the time they left the chicken to when you bought them, they're over 30 days old. Over 30. So as long as you don't wash your eggs, you leave them just
fresh eggs.
Fresh eggs as they came from the barn or the chicken coop. You can sit on your counter for a couple weeks. You can even go 3 or 4 weeks, honestly.
I've done way longer than
that.
Yeah,
I mean, I would say at 30 days, you probably do your float test.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I mean, then you can put them in the fridge and you're going to last, another couple weeks? Mm-hmm. Because they can last that long. So
tell them what the float test is.
Oh, the float test. So fresh eggs stay sunk to the bottom. Bad eggs or going bad. So going bad will sit on its tip.
Yeah.
And then
which is really cool.
Yeah.
But it does. Really when you put it down, it will gravitate and it will basically float underwater.
Right. So fresh, lay on its side. Going bad sits up but still touching, and then bad is when they float to the top.
Yeah. And there's your test. If you're unsure and you want to test it out, if you've just got fresh eggs, just try it. Let them sit out for a couple weeks or however long, and then try the float test, and if they're good or not. And it's not going to steer you wrong. You're not going to get a rotten egg that didn't float.
Yep. And so also say you're buying eggs from someone, so you don't have your own chickens. I would do that just to kind of see what they're giving you.
Yeah.
If you have a few float and some sitting up, they are not giving you the freshest.
What was the second half of the question?
Fertilizer. I answered it first.
Gotcha.
I flip-flopped it. Sorry. Now, yes. What? Tooth.
Yes. So he's basically been not allowing them to come out because he's nervous, even though he's already lost 2. I pulled them both. Everything was fine, but it was like a year and a half ago, maybe longer. And it stalled out for a long time. He did get his teeth very late, not till he was a year old. So I think that's part of it. But he has basically a whole mouthful of loose teeth right now. So he was eating pizza yesterday and started crying because he said it hurt because he was basically pushing it back down to try to keep them in his mouth. So I calmed him down and we got it out, and he is now 1 tooth less and a whole lot on the way.
She told like the serious side of that. So I'm going to tell you now what I experienced through that. So yesterday we went to church. We went out to eat, which, by the way, I think we have found our church.
Yay, we finally found our church.
It was an awesome place. We still might try a few, just, kind of see where things are, but we definitely felt it at where we were yesterday. But anyways, we went up to eat lunch and we got back. And so, when you do all that, like, your day's almost gone in the winter. Like, it's almost time for it to get dark. But we got back, it was 2:30. The sun decided to show up. We went in the greenhouse. It was like 70 degrees. Like, okay, let's work in here. So we had a couple hours to start working on the countertops, the shelves. And so Jen's out there helping me. It's just her and I. Jed's working. Kids are in here. Raylan, what she always does, she's curious, and she's a farm girl. She likes coming out and do things. I thought she was just coming to, like, hang out with us. Well, we were about, 15 minutes in, and she said, something's wrong with Wyatt. And, like, immediately when a child says that about their sibling, you're like, hat down, tools down, let's go. What's wrong? Last time something like that happened, his chin was bleeding everywhere. So we start going, like, I'm dropping everything. She's going. Raylan's leading the way. And Jen she said it's just his teeth. I was like, oh, okay. He's got 4 loose ones. So I pull back. I'm like, Mama's got this. I'll just go back on the shelves.
So I am the official tooth puller.
Yes, I can't handle it. I can't, so I can handle blood. I can handle the aftermath, but I can't, do it.
Yeah.
To me, it would be like stabbing someone.
Yeah.
It's the point of doing it. I can't just pull it. I mean, I would end up doing it too easy and making pain.
I'm the one who does it, so he trusts me. He knows it's not going to hurt, and we have our own little process.
And honestly, I cause more stress.
Yeah.
Even if I don't say anything, it's just me being in there. Wyatt acts different, and I'm like, I just go away. So I stayed out there. I kept working. I hadn't heard anything from her. So I texted her. I'm like, how's it going in there? She goes, it's fine. One text. Then the next text was, I think. And then it was, I'm going to puke. No, it was, I'm going to die. I'm going to puke, and then I'm going to die. Grinch reference. We do that a lot. And I was just like, is Wyatt okay?
So when I said it was fine, that was when I realized, it's just a loose tooth. No big deal. We're sitting down. We're talking about it. I'm getting ready to pull it. So I said, it's fine. Everything's fine. Just a loose tooth. And then I pulled it. Still everything was fine. And then the blood came. And I was like, I think. I don't know. Because now there's blood and there's a lot of it. And I can't do this. And then I put pressure on it, to get it to stop. And it just continued. I'm sounding dramatic. It wasn't that bad. It was normal tooth blood when your tooth comes out. But I don't like blood. I actually quit nursing school because of blood.
But she can handle puke.
I can handle anything else.
Puke and poop.
I can't do blood.
She can handle.
Something about the red that just absolutely freaks me out. So when it started flowing out, I was like, I'm going to puke. And I can feel myself.
And then I'm going to die.
And then I'm going to die.
But Wyatt was a trooper. And he did great. And then last night, so he has his front tooth, the permanent one, starting to come out, and the baby tooth's still there, but it's loose, but it's not loose enough. Well, we found out today. So we have a dentist appointment. They're gonna check it out. But last night we tried again to pull it, and all of a sudden it's like he forgot everything. Mm-hmm. How many y'all's kids do that? It's
because he was wrong.
Yeah, it's because those are. But it's he forgot earlier that day that she just took a tooth out and everything was fine. He even said it didn't hurt. And then, tied to the door. I tried to get some string, and she's like, we don't. She looked at me, y'all. She goes, we don't do that here.
No, we don't.
I pull it out.
I'm the tooth puller.
I was like, I was ready to, ow. Because it was fun, when you're a kid.
Absolutely traumatizing, and we are not doing that. This family doesn't.
It would have came out. But anyways, he made a big deal, so we made a deal with him. We're like, all right, let's try tomorrow. You already had one out, no biggie. Let's do it tomorrow. And so he comes down, and he had ate a donut, one of those chocolate ones. And he comes down, he's like, man, I got something in my tooth. He's like, can you get it out? And I'm like, opportunity, because he was talking about one of the front teeth that was loose. And I'm like, yeah, I get it out. Let me get the paper towel. And I was like, you know what? Actually, let Mama do it. And she halfway heard the conversation. She looks at me. She's like, why me? And I'm like, like winking, like, come on, dude. And at first she was like, what is wrong with you? And then she's like, oh, I was like, I'll get the paper towel. And then so she got it and like didn't pull it. Like he ended up figuring out what we were up to.
Well, and it wasn't loose enough.
Yeah, but she tried to pull it, it didn't come out that time. But like she attempted to pull it out, and it still didn't hurt him. And I'm like, see, man, this is what we're talking about. Like it's.
But I pulled as hard as I pulled yesterday, and it didn't come out. So I was like, maybe leave that one in there for a minute. I don't mind being the tooth puller. I just hate the blood. It grosses me out.
I'll do the blood.
Sharon, yeah, I was a CNA too, and everything is fine. I mean, I have done some nasty stuff in my CNA days. Like I can't even begin to fathom to tell you what all I've done and got paid for it. But the blood, I don't know. There's something about it. The color, I don't know. Hey, Pamela.
Hey, Heirloom.
So back to the church. It's right down the road from our house, and it's actually a church that we have been invited to go to for a while. We were just kind of checking out the ones in the area and basically saved this one for last. And we really liked it. It's definitely different than what we're used to, but it's a good different. And we felt good about it. We felt like we were home, and there wasn't any kind of hesitation. So
no, it definitely felt comfortable. The kids loved it.
Yeah.
They're getting back on the route of doing children's church and stuff, so that'll be good once that's all back up and running.
So very exciting. Oh my goodness, Teresa. Shoo. Where can I buy your sweatshirt? Can't find them.
If one of our moderators wouldn't mind throwing our Teespring out there, that'd be awesome.
It should be under the video too.
It should be under this because it's like a shelf and it shows our shirts. So if you just click any shirt, it'll take you to Teespring, and then you can look around in there. It changes like on every video. I don't know why. Like it won't. I pick it, but then when I look at a video, it's how I picked it. Oh, thank you, North Star. Own it.
Awesome. Mylene said, I didn't pull any teeth. Someone told us pulling them and playing with loose teeth can cause them to grow in crooked. So I didn't do that with my kids. Yeah, we just kind of do our own thing. It would be very rare that he would let it fall out on his own. So when it's time to go, Mama gets in there.
Yeah.
Grace said, will you build 2 kidding stalls and 1 milking stall?
Yeah, so we're actually going to have 3 kidding stalls and 2 milking stations.
Yeah. That is so exciting. I think about it every day and how it is literally around the corner that we're about to have kids. We say kids.
Yeah.
We're like,
well, they are kids.
Go kids.
Right. And we can't wait. Like literally next month, y'all. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be such a weird time. It's nothing we've ever done before. And I mean, we feel prepared, but it's also scary to think about the what ifs and what could go wrong and all that. And hopefully it just doesn't. And hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully it's warm-ish. Yeah. Because I feel like I'll be out there all night with the moms.
Right.
So hopefully it's not too terribly cold.
Goodness and everybody. There it was. I was trying to find the question. Any funny stories about the tractor yet? Kind of. So I didn't catch it on film, so I'll go ahead and tell you all here. It'll be a good one for you. Saturday. It was Saturday, right? When we did the beds? Yeah, it was Saturday. Yeah. That was my first day using the tractor, like actually giving it some farm work and using it because we got our soil Friday or Thursday or Friday, one of the two. And I was like, yes, I can start filling the raised beds with the tractor. I can finally get to use it and be a kid again. So I got on it, started. First off, it is not like you remember being a kid. When you're like driving, turning, and lifting up and trying to get like a full scoop of dirt every time, that really takes a little practice. So the first couple were like half full, and then I was like putting them in the raised beds, and I was good. Well, you start getting like a little more confident. You jam into some tunes and this and that. You scooping it. You getting better. Well, I drove over into the front. And I was getting into like the bed and there was a tree there. So I was like inching my way in there. And this Kubota is awesome because it's honestly like a zero turn. Like the tires like turn like almost laid down how they do it to like turn. It's really neat. Well, anyways, I got it lined up. I got it down twitched. That was a whole thing too. Mm-hmm. Like you have to start further away. Then you have to like drive up to make sure you stay in there. And so she's watching out the window. I can see her because it's right in the front. Now I'm waving at her like, hey, babe, look at me. Look at me on my tractor. And So I got it done. I flip it back up, pull it down a little bit, and I go to back over.
I looked at him and
I looked back. I was like,
God.
"Oh, I forgot the bush hogs back there." And tire on the bush hog hit the tree. It's weird. Well, like with that one, it's a 40 horsepower, so it can handle a lot of weight. But everything I've read was like if you're doing a lot of weight in the front, keep the bush hog on the back to just kind of help balance weight. So that's why I left it on there. But then you kind of sometimes forget how long you are with that thing on there, and yeah, boop, right into the tree. But that was the only mistake that we did.
Virginia said, "I'm curious why 2 milking stalls. You can only milk one goat at a time."
There's
That
two
is
of us.
absolutely true. There's 2 of us. So, yeah, it'll be an every morning thing with both of us.
Yep.
He'll milk one, I'll milk the other, and then if there is a third pregnant, which we don't totally know,
I don't think Elsa is.
I don't think she is either. But she might be and just be very small and carrying it well. I don't see why she wouldn't be, but you never know. So if there's 3, whoever gets done first gets to milk.
Right. Go real slow over there.
Both of us just go real slow.
End up being like a whole day event.
Or we can take Jed or Wyatt and Rylan. They're getting up there. They can.
Yeah.
They know how to. They're just not as quick yet. But all that takes is practice. So
yeah. Well,
they can take turns. Wyatt can start, and she can finish.
Or we can have one on each side.
Yeah.
Wyatt actually successfully milked.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did it himself, getting the milk out. Faye, thank you. $3 super chain. Too kind of you. So yeah, though we'll see. But I definitely don't want to limit us. So I mean, might as well have to. We have enough people.
Everyday life, we do ship to Canada. Yep, on Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
He looked at me like I was crazy.
Oh, sorry. No. I'm reading, listening. It's all those fun things.
Karen said, "Are you planning on getting cows?"
Maybe. I'm never. I gotta hold myself from saying never or not too soon.
We are getting a bunch of things.
Oh yeah, should we talk about it?
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and talk it on there. We'll do a video on it later to get more details. But we are getting. Shoot, how many did I say? Go ahead and say what the first ones. The ones we know, the ones we got.
So we
give them a rundown.
So we've always ordered from Hoover's Hatchery. I mean, since like we got married 7 years ago, that's where we get our chicks. And this year we're still going to order from Hoover's Hatchery, but we're also going to try Murray McMurray, and we're going to see if we like them. And everybody seems to. They're very popular in the homesteading community, so we want to try them out too. So from Hoover's, we are getting 20 turkeys. Mm-hmm. Yay! We have missed our turkeys so much.
Yes, they're my best friends.
Yeah, it's definitely time for turkeys again. And then 20 guineas. So we have 3, and we're going to add 20. So that'll be
real loud up in here. No, but all right. So before we get into,
thank you, Andy.
So we got thank you, Andy. So that's the ones we got from Hoover's. Yeah. So before we move to the Murray McMurray chicken order, guineas and turkeys are my 2 favorite fowl to have. Like I love both of them. Guineas get a bad rap. And our video got 100% looked over because Becky jumped on your shoulder. Yep. But there was a lot of good info on guineas in that video. It's old, it's back in there, but it's the one where Becky jumps on her shoulder and she freaks out.
And we're on America's Funny
Some videos and all that good stuff. So guineas, first off, predator control. Mm-hmm. They are the number one reason we have kept hawks at bay.
They're better than the dogs.
They're so much better at the dogs. And we have the worst hawk situation here that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Every morning, every afternoon, they go in the morning to try to find something to eat, and they go at night to try to find something to eat.
And thankfully, our chickens are too big, and the goats and the pigs.
Yeah,
and Dolly keep them away.
But if all that wasn't in there, he would still try. I mean, you might not be able to get them out.
I'm not joking when we say we're infested with hawks.
Yeah, I mean, we see hawks like daily birds.
Yeah. And they're not scared of us at all. They'll sit very close to the porch. They'll stare at you, and we have owls too.
Yeah, owls. There was an owl dead on the road. Somebody hit it, I guess. It was crazy. All right. So anyways, guineas are amazing predator control. They will watch for them hawks, and they will get them in the coop. When they get going, there's not an animal out at all. Even the goats and Dolly go in when the guineas start going, just the 3 of them. So they're great predator control, and then they'll be the first ones out to make sure the coast is clear before they even let any other animal out. So that's the number 1 reason that they're awesome. Number 2, ticks, mosquitoes, bugs, all that stuff, they are 1,000 times better than any duck or chicken will ever be. So we're still going to figure this out, and I don't hold it to us, but it's really my goal is to actually have these guineas roaming our acreage.
Yeah.
Like having all this, it's fenced in. A lot of people say guineas like go away all the time.
Ours never.
Somebody's doing something wrong because we've never had an issue with a guinea trying
We've even
leave.
had them. They have gotten out of the fence,
but they
come
went back
right
in,
back.
right? Because as long as
we've never had them like getting trees, and I don't know.
I've preached this in every animal video we have. We don't miss a feeding.
Right.
If you don't miss a feeding, your animals won't miss a feeding. They'll come back when it's time, unless they're at the nursing home.
They eat chicken food just like chickens do.
Yeah. So my goal is to have them just in our yards to help keep the mosquitoes, ants, ticks, all that stuff down because they will eat them.
Yeah.
We've got to figure out with our non-livestock dogs to make sure that they can do it. Now, guineas are much faster than a chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Random fact for you. Okay, so that's my love for guineas. They're great. We're getting the pearls and the regulars. An assorted amount of them. Which we have the regular. I don't know what it's called. You know what they're called?
Pearl.
No, the pearl's the white ones.
No, I don't know.
We're getting white ones and the gray ones. But yeah, so 20 of them are coming. They're awesome. If you haven't got guineas, they're not loud unless there's trouble.
Right.
They're just as quiet as anything else. Nubian goats are louder. So then we're getting 20 turkeys, which we're getting 2 different types. I can't remember which ones they were, but we're not getting broad-breasted this time. We're getting heritage breeds, so we can actually try to get the eggs and start incubating and making some more there. Love turkeys. They're the most personable bird I've ever met. Like they're like your best friends. They like come and hang out with you. They're so cool. We love them. We will eat some of these, but we are going to be doing some breeding pairs as well. But yeah, so that's what we're getting from Murray McMurray.
If we do eat them, we will butcher them completely different than the way.
It's gonna be one at a time. It's like I want a turkey, and we're gonna do one. I am not.
There will be no mass butchering.
No, I'm not doing 7 again. If Jed's still on, I think he'll agree. My goodness.
Yeah. So then, what else are we getting?
So then we are getting 10, 20, 35, 36, 38 laying hens. Speckled Sussex, red shoulder Yokohamas, light Brahmas, dark Brahmas, well Summers, and Americanas.
Yay.
So we got a lot of our go-getters that we know are great, and then we got some new things to see how they do. The Brahmas and the Americanas are like our 2 hardiest chickens. Like we love them, and they're great layers. So we wanted to get more of them. Well Summers we've never had, but we know it's a popular chicken that most people get. So the new ones will be the Speckled Sussex and the Yokohamas. Those are pretty cool. And then last but not least, Murray's Big Reds meat chickens.
Yay.
And so we got 24 of them coming as well.
So that'll be our 3rd round of meat chickens. But this is a totally new meat chicken. We're not doing the Cornish crosses this time. We're going to try this one. I think they're going to be a lot like the Red Rangers that we had. And we still have some of them because they're awesome. Yep. You don't have to use them for meat. They can stick around and breed, which is very sustainable.
And I see the Macs are on.
Hey, the Macs.
Kobe will tell you.
He hates it.
Total different than what we just said. I can't stand Cornish crosses. I don't like the way they grow. I don't like the way they look. They don't look right to me. I don't like them.
Well, Escape. His
Red Rangers. Freedom Rangers, Red Rangers, Big Reds. They're all like the same. It's just every hatchery has a different name for them. He can't stand them. We love them. I don't know. So I think it's just whatever experience you have with them. But Cornish crosses, they grow so fast, you will be eating them quickly. So one thing about it is if you get Cornish cross, make sure you have everything else you need immediately. It's not like laying hens where it's like, oh, I got a few weeks, I can go to coop and this and that.
If you're getting a plucker, have your plucker, have your stations not set up, but ready to set up.
Yeah, you got 8 weeks to 10 weeks. 10 weeks being your max on Cornish crosses, because once you pass that 10 weeks, you're going to start losing them to heart attacks left and right, and they're going to be way too big. So just an FYI from our experience with them. But we will be building a chicken tractor for the meat chickens. They're going to stay completely separate. And they'll be enclosed, and we'll move them around daily.
Yay. We're so excited. We have a lot to do. We've got some tractors to build, and, the electric fencing's easy. We'll just put that up, but very exciting.
Yeah, and so the reason we brought that up is if you're looking every year, you should be getting some chicks.
Right.
I mean, even if you have like 5 or 6 in your backyard, you should still be getting 5 or 6 more every spring, because chickens.
I mean, unless you have like a huge incubator and you do all your own hatching.
Yeah,
Now that's
yeah.
super cool. We just have a small one, which is kind of just for fun.
He said, Holly, love those Cornish. You keep the Rangers. We will. That'll work. If he's the Cornish guy, we'll be the Ranger guys. You always want to keep getting new chicks up so you'll have fresh egg layers because you only get, about 4 to 5 years, 4 to 5 good laying years out of hens. And then it starts dying off.
3 to 4 side.
Yeah, probably 3 to 4.
Yeah.
So get your orders in because our turkeys ship in February, our guineas ship in April, and our chickens ship in March.
Yeah.
So, and that's all ordering right now. So you want to get your orders in because it isn't like they're coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're going to have a couple months.
But the thing is, if you get your order in, then you're on the list and they will fulfill that. If you wait, then you could be put on a wait list or have back order and stuff like that. So if you're already on it, then you're in a good position. So, even though they don't ship right now, just go ahead and do it. Order them. It's just better off that way. And then you don't have to stress about it if they run out. Because I have a feeling it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Towards spring.
Yeah. Lisa, the old chickens are good in be good in that spot. You're right, exactly. So as they go, they get older, they become food for your family, and you have the fresh youngins to replace them.
Yeah. So I was actually going to say, we are by no means resting in January. We are busy from sun up to sundown.
Always
with the garden and the greenhouse and stuff. But come February 1, this place is going to be crazy because we're getting baby goats. We'll get the turkeys.
Oh yeah, someone asked when's their due date? 2nd week of February.
So they were put in first with Charlie on February 9th. So anytime from the 9th on, basically.
Not February 9th.
No, September 9th.
So the first day they could kid is February 9th, and then he was there until,
which is unlikely because they were, they had to figure each other out.
We'll get to know each other.
Probably that weekend.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Somewhere around there.
It's like 150 days, give or take, Thank you, Melina. I appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry. So February goats. Continue. You were talking about everything that was going on in February.
Yeah, February is just going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy. So that's why we're like busting butt in January, trying to get all of our soil and our gravel and, get the greenhouse done, get the seeds, cold crop started, and just kind of like get a handle on all of that. So then come February, it's going to be big time animal focus.
Big time animal. And then it'll run straight into garden once we get the animals calmed down.
So goodbye sleep until fall.
Right. I mean, we need to spring forward like ASAP. Yeah. I need more daylight.
Yeah.
It is hard to get in there. I've seen a lot of people say ostrich, emus. Yes, an ostrich is 100% still on my mind. Emus can go on. That's like if I'm going to go in, I'm going all in. We're going to ostrich. I want the mean son of a gun.
Right.
And I want to ride him. So I'm just kidding. I'm not going to ride him. I'd break somebody's back. But I've always wanted an ostrich. If you're new to this channel, it has been my goal to at some point own an ostrich. It will happen.
Oh, Bonnie, thank you so much for buying 2 shirts. That's awesome. Definitely post a picture in the Staff Tribe when you get them.
Corey, when's the koi pond come in the schedule? So we have wrote out a list of things we want to do.
Yeah.
I think we have debated doing something different in the middle. I'm still leaving it up to her, but I gave an idea of a tiered pyramid style raised bed to be a centerpiece for it.
For like strawberries or
it's a tiered garden that we're gonna make. But I've completely left it up to her. If she wants the koi pond, we'll put it in the koi pond. But I think the tiered raised bed would be
nervous
cool.
with the hogs.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
I feel like we would have koi for 24 hours.
We'll definitely have to net it over, and then it's like, how much are we going to enjoy this thing if we have to completely cover it up? It would be good to have that water to be able to use, but
I don't know. We'll see. Shoo!
I think I could make her a cool strawberry kind of planter thing, and that would be an awesome spot and a really cool centerpiece. Then we can have some chairs around it and stuff. I got this whole thing in my head.
Yeah. I hate it, but the prettiness always gets put on the back burner, but it's just the way that it is. I mean, it'll be beautiful no matter what, but you only get so much time to focus on that, and then you have to move on to more practical stuff.
Yeah.
So. Hidden Pines Homestead. Hello, friends. Glad you guys are enjoying the new place. As you guys already know, the work never ends on the homestead. Looking forward to seeing it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
You are 100% correct.
Never does end. Veronica, are there going to be Lordy Day coffee mugs? I will check Teespring if we can get one. I'm sure we can. Awesome. That would be neat.
So every day we are sitting down and evaluating our goals making our list and checking things off. So like
Checking it
Santa
twice.
Claus.
Yeah. Seeing who's naughty or nice.
Right.
But no, like she said, organization is key for us. It's not a resolution.
No, yeah, you're right.
Zone center. That's what we do all the time. That's the only way we can be productive and not like get overwhelmed or have too many things in flight at once. It's the only way we can do it. We do a top 10 list. And so like each month we'll kind of pick what's 10 things that we want to get done that month.
Which right now is everything because we started.
It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. Yeah. But we do that. And that way, like when I'm like, I talk about this just a tad in the video too. When I'm like, okay, here's my work schedule. I know what it is. I can see out for the week. I know here I'm going to get about an hour gap. As long as nothing comes in, I can take maybe an hour break and do something here, or 15 here, or 30 here. What can I start chipping away on this list? And my rule is we have a top 10. Let's not have more than 2 going at once if we
I like
can.
that. Erica said not a resolution, but an intention.
Yeah, I like that. So our rule is don't have more than 2 going at once. So if you have your top 10 list, you can have 1 and 2 going at the same time. If say one's big, but as soon as you hit the third one, you're spread too thin. Yeah. You don't know what to work on. So we get those. Like this time, it was raised beds and greenhouse. Like that's what we had kind of going in tandem together. But then we mark it off and we move down. We mark it off and we move down. And then if we don't get all 10 done, whatever's left rolls to the top priority of the next month. And then we'll add whatever we want on there. And this is even purchases, it's projects, it's all the things. It's stuff that we know that we need to have, and that, you know, if y'all like us, you got to save for it. So to have it marked down and know it's a goal to get to, you know what you need to save for to get it. So we challenge everybody to actually write a list. Don't put it on your phone. Don't say it in your head. Write it down.
Yep.
Tape it to the door so every time you walk out, you see it, and it reminds you, hey, time's ticking. Let's get on this thing.
Well, we call it chunking it out. So we have a whole lot of projects, but we chunk out by priority what's most important. And then you can get it done. You don't see a huge, overwhelming list of things. It's just manageable projects that you work on until they're complete, and you move on.
Yep. And that's actually my job for a living. Like this is what
awesome,
I do.
Terry. Thank you.
I prioritize work depending on the value that it gives, the benefit it gives, the money it makes, because like all those things are true, right? So you have different value. You have what does it provide you? What benefit do you get from this? Does it make you money? If so, how much? And then what's the satisfaction value here? Like those 3 things together make your priority.
Hey, Gemini.
Because obviously if something gives you happiness and makes you money, it's going to bump up the list a little bit more.
Right. Yeah, we love lists. Anonymous is cool. Said, is your fireplace going? It is not.
No, it's chilly tonight, but there's a fruit fly. It's time to make your little kitchen nest things.
2 more raised beds. Awesome. You can never go wrong making more raised beds.
Yep.
Or more garden spot.
Absolutely. Yeah. So our biggest struggle with slowing our list down is getting people to deliver stuff out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's us having to wait on deliveries. It's really difficult. Because, I mean, you know, you call and you plan it out the time you want it and you want to pay for it, and then you just have to wait and wait.
Yeah.
So that's the worst part.
Yeah. And then which is funny because at our old place, it was always our place that was the issue. Like our driveway was too muddy, or there was always an issue with our place on getting it out there. Now it's, you have plenty of room to turn around. There's all kinds of, like, there is no issues delivering here, but it's like getting them to come, and it's ridiculous. Like we had, how many, it was like 4 or 5 yards of soil delivered. It barely touched the raised beds. Like I need like 20 yards delivered, or they're going to kill me in delivery costs doing this at 4 yards at a time. And I mean, yeah, I have a trailer, but it's not going to hold hardly any. And like anywhere we get soil is like 40 minutes away. So that's one of our goals this week is find someone that can like deliver a large
Jim and
amount.
I said they have the same problem waiting on deliveries.
Yeah. And then we got to get, because we're going to put, is it pea gravel? Is that what it's called? In the raised beds area and in the greenhouse this time, because we want to use rock. And so like we called the delivery guy today. We left 2 voicemails. Didn't hear anything back. My goodness.
Naturally, and he said Margot is asking where you recommend getting strawberry plants from. We've never bought any.
We always start.
But I would assume that Stark Brothers would have strawberry plants.
Yeah, Star Brothers.
We love Stark Brothers.
Star Brothers is a they're fruit tree, fruit bushes, and I'm sure they have strawberry plants
I'm
too.
sure
That's where we got our apple trees and different things from. So I would definitely check them out. Super chat come in, Miss Hidden Heights Farm. I've been watching your channel for a while now. I really enjoy your content. Great job. Thank you so much. It's so kind of you.
Awesome.
Stark Brothers is the best. We're actually about to get an order with them as well.
Bobby, thank you so much. Thanks for being you.
Oh, that's too sweet.
Thank you for that super chat.
Yeah, so I think I've decided at least where one area of the fruit trees are going to be. Remember me telling you, like over here in the front. Like, so if you're looking at our window, right down is the raised beds, and so to the right, where it's kind of sloped just a tad, it's a really pretty nice area that I think would be a cool orchard spot. So it's going to be one of many. I think we're gonna like cluster our apple and fruit trees.
That'd be cool. Can't wait for that. Love an orchard. And
when did it become 8:45?
Fruit trees from Stark Brothers. Yeah, we love Stark Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This live went by fast. Let's see. Got my strawberry plants from Stark Brothers last spring. Awesome.
Nice, yeah. And then also support a local nursery. You know, if you have a local nursery around you, that's all. Fruit trees.
I was gonna win it.
I know, I saw it. Support a local nursery. They're starting strawberry plants. Go find one near you. They'll have plenty.
Andy said, "Sweet or dry wine gin? Sweet, always.
It is
sweet as it can get."
It's like diabetes.
Terrible for you, but I hate dry wine.
Grandma Karen, thank you. Come see us soon. You come see us soon. It's your turn.
Yeah,
we came last time.
Oh my goodness. Got strawberries from Gurney's last year. Awesome.
Nice.
There was one more thing we were going to talk about.
The channel?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess it's time.
Yeah, this time. All right, so we did have we don't do shout outs very often. When we do, it's like something that's near and dear to our heart. We feel someone either needs them, like a morale boost, or someone that's not getting seen how they should be. They're putting a lot of effort in. That's our biggest thing. Like, we get hit up quite a bit about it, but we pick who we want to talk about sometimes because we value the Stiv tribe. So we're not just gonna like blow you all up with other channels to go look at. It's people that we truly care about. And
hey, Adele.
They really just need a little uplifting boost, or they need a little bit of like over the edge to really help them in the YouTube world of things, because they are putting in the effort and they are putting in the work, and they deserve to get recognized a little bit sooner. Again, that helped us get kickstarted. Mm-hmm. Getting these kind of things.
Sometimes you just need somebody to recognize.
Right, that you're putting in hard work.
Right track.
Yeah, and it does not like set you away from YouTube. Like, it does not get you going and everything, all problems are solved. It just gives you a little help to start getting a little bit more noticed on YouTube, and it allows you all to recognize somebody that maybe you haven't seen before. And
and I think you'll enjoy these people.
I do too. So this couple, they are doing exactly what we just quit. We flipped the switch.
Literally.
So they're
a little bit more hardcore. Like, they're in a camper.
Yeah,
which
we started that way.
We did.
So hang on, before we get into what they're doing. So like, we moved at the same time.
Yeah.
But we did.
We were actually hoping to move really close to each other.
Yeah.
And we've never met, just on YouTube and Instagram.
Right. So they moved to they had like a nice home and everything, and they had a homestead, and they moved to bare land. We went from what we created from bare land to something to a nice home, and it was just really funny.
Yeah.
But like, we're rooting for them. We watch them religiously. I think it's I think it's a little piece of us that are like, this was us. Like, we're watching what we did all over again and seeing like how they are obviously doing it better, because we were terrible.
Better.
Yeah, we were really bad at the get go. So them jumping on it has been amazing. They're living in a camper. They have 3 kids. Mm-hmm. They are doing everything off grid. Like, they are off grid. They got generators that they use for some power. But other than that, I mean, like, there's no electric. They don't have a driveway. And I think that's what hits me the most in the heart.
That is the most similar piece to us.
First off, let's say who it is so they can.
Okay, so their channel's called Honey, I'm Homestead. I think my mom's going to link it. And then I'm sure North Star Prep Center will too.
Yeah, if our moderators can just continue to link it for us.
But yeah, when we moved to our old house, it took us how many months to get a driveway?
Several, because when we got there, it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Remember, we moved in Thanksgiving, and then in Kentucky and most everywhere,
Yeah.
it's mud season, right? Like it is mud season.
Jody, we do love the Anderson Homestead too.
Yes, we do.
We
love
never
Anderson.
miss their videos.
We've actually mentioned them on here before as well, and help give them a little bit of boost. We love them. We talk to them often. But yeah, so we moved in Thanksgiving, and I remember one moment because we were on a hill, just like they're on a hill, and no dump truck's going to come. They are not going to come if it's muddy. They're not getting up that hill. They're going to get stuck. So you're just kind of forced to deal with it until then. So even our trucks, four-wheel drive trucks, couldn't get up because it's too muddy. Right. You just start driving it.
Once you get it so many times, you wear it out. Right. And then there's nothing you can do.
We didn't do Thanksgiving because we moved home on Thanksgiving. Well, Christmas came around and we were like, we're cooking. We were cooking on our wood burning stove and we were making Christmas dinner. Well, y'all, I was praying to everything, all the things, that it wouldn't rain on Christmas or when we was going to do Christmas dinner because I wanted to be able to drive the food up. Yeah. Like this is the stuff that you don't think about. So it rained and I went by myself and I had a turkey, a ham, bags of ice, potatoes, 2 liters, green beans, all the things, walking up this hill. And I remember getting halfway and I was like,
oh, a case of water.
On my back, like carrying it on my back. And y'all, I know there's a bunch of things we could have done differently. We didn't. I'm carrying, I get like halfway up and I'm like, if I fall, I'm not getting up. Like, I'm just going to stay here. This is how it's going to end today. And so I'm carrying all this stuff. I finally make it. I'm about dead. I mean, I'm dead. I ended up taking a nap. Like, it exhausted me so much getting that out. I had to, go straight to sleep. But anyways, they're going through this as well. They have a tractor, and they've got it a little bit better, but they don't have a driveway, and they can't get one. Yeah. They're probably not going to get one until it gets warm and dries up. But anyways, go check them out. Yeah. They're an awesome couple.
It's just their journey, and they're showing you what they do, and, they take advice. They are not against that whatsoever, but it's just really fun to watch and kind of just cheer them on. So I guess that's really what we want you all to do. Yeah. If you feel inclined to subscribe, I promise you will love it. You will not be bored. Their videos are awesome. They have a beautiful family, and they're two cool people that seem a lot like us. I think we would get along pretty well. Yep. We're good friends.
And every video they're getting extremely better in YouTube. I don't think they've been doing it for very long. Yeah. Without us, they're already
you'll fall in love with them, and you'll just want to watch the journey. And so don't just subscribe. Watch their videos, leave them sweet comments, encourage them, because it is hard. It's very hard some days to remember why you put yourself in that situation. You know it, the long-term goal. Yeah. But it's really easy to lose sight of that when things get really difficult. So I don't know, just love on them from us, and if we can get them anywhere close to monetization, that would just be fantastic.
Yeah. They just hit 1,000. Awesome. Thank you all. I remember there were several times her and I would be, when we were still staying in the camper that Larry and Karen got for us to put on the hill. There were several times we looked at each other like, we just got to give up. Yeah. We just got to give up. We didn't do YouTube or anything like that at the time. And so everybody was kind of pointing y'all crazy. And so with this, if you all can go over and, make them feel more confident in their decision, that's going to give them that, you don't know who needs a boost. You don't know. You don't know what people are going through. But I do know there's no negative in positivity. Right. And so if you all give that to them, it's just going to give them a little bit more to power on maybe the next mud time they have to walk up the hill or have to put gas in a generator or, run out of water.
In the generator, which they do so much.
Run out of water mid-shower, all those things. Yeah. It's awesome to have support like you all support us. So, definitely just.
And while we're on it, we love the Andersons too. Yeah. They're in a conversion shed to house type thing. And first of all, they've already made it beautiful, but they're still on the journey and they're just powering through it. And they've got a family as well. They just moved to Kentucky.
From the West Coast, Oregon.
Yeah, from Oregon, which is really cool. We're really happy for them. We've never met them either.
No, they were right now. They even passed our exit at the old place, but we were searching for houses and it just never works out.
I never miss their videos though. Yeah. I love watching their family and watching them build their homestead from scratch. And they're just such positive people. They're just like sweet and genuine and just like the salt of the earth kind of people. And I really like them.
I mean, they're only a couple hours away from us, so we will definitely be meeting up once things kind of calm down for both of us. That's the Anderson Homestead. So there's a second one for you. Two. We're just sharing all the love tonight.
Hey, it's winter, and I'm always looking for new people to watch. I love finding new channels, especially like the homesteading journey.
Yep.
Or just, fun and family oriented. And the two that we talked about are both of those. So it gives you something to do in the wintertime. Hey, it's better than getting on Netflix, which we're guilty of. We are really obsessed with Criminal Minds right now. But it was not on Criminal Minds, we're on YouTube. And it's better than watching Jeff.
Yeah. This is the only time we watch TV. When it is like the moment it springs forward and it's sunny till we don't watch TV.
Nope.
Yeah. That's when these shout outs come down. It has no offense, it's just we're outside the whole day.
I've actually had to slow down a little bit on the Criminal Minds because I'm in nightmares. But it's such a good show.
It is good.
I've never seen it, so we just started it over. It's pretty cool. Excuse me.
Don't make it over.
Mercy.
Loady day.
We ate too late.
Yeah, we did. Like, we literally ate like 10 minutes before this. Goodness gracious. Well, you want to run, get the kids done?
Yeah.
If they want to come. Why, Ray?
Somebody said watch Bridgerton. I've heard of that. I've heard it's really good.
Tell Wyatt to come.
I don't know.
What's that one with Kevin Costner? It's. No, go ask him. Don't do that. Don't just go tell him you can come down and say hi to
You won't
everybody.
miss anything. We'll wait.
Yeah, we're waiting. Y'all, I can't get her to watch Cobra Kai.
No, thank you. I don't even know what that is. I don't know.
Yes, she does. Because
I don't like pointless stuff.
Because
I like something I'm going to learn from.
I tell her to sweep the leg all the time, and that was him himself. You should love it. Yellowstone. Yeah, I heard Yellowstone.
Is that 1.07 subscribers? So what is that?
1.70.
Nice. That's awesome. Ouch. That is awesome. Thank you guys for going over there so much. That's just really cool. Oh, and be sure you tell them that Stivers sent you.
Yeah, tell them we sent them over there. Whoa,
hey, show them your teeth.
Yeah, show me your teeth.
We were talking about it.
There
you go.
I know, it was such a letdown when it was not a letdown, but I thought it was the top tooth that was gone.
Right. Well, his top are both loose, so he's about to be
And also.
Yeah, that's his one that's coming in.
Yeah.
So let us know if that's normal.
Anyway, we're going to the dentist.
We're going to the dentist. We have a dentist.
And it's not even loose that much.
It's loose.
It's loose. Give it a couple more days and we'll be ready. That's blood.
Oh, goodness.
Sorry, I'm trying to get over something. Out. Y'all, so we said we drive 30 to 45 minutes, 30 minutes to our grocery store.
45.
Yeah, and then we have to do the grocery shopping, which took us about an hour. We drive 35 minutes back. She did not stop talking the whole time. And so we do 2 carts. Like, she does like the food.
They have to.
Yeah, she does like the food cart, and like this one gets tired, and this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Tired and hangry.
Y'all, he gets hangry so bad. It is insane. You got to keep this boy fed, or like it ruins everyone's days. Well, anyways, he gets in the big part. She gets the ride facing me,
which won't work soon.
Wow, so much talk.
I said,
"Why are you having the ass?" I looked at Jen. I said, "Her future boyfriend needs to be patient and quiet."
A good listener. Yes.
True.
But I love it. What are you doing?
Are they itching?
And you know what?
Quit touching them.
Goodness.
You know what her kids are gonna do? Talk all the time. Like all they're gonna do is just talk.
She has a lot of information to share, doesn't she?
That's right.
She's gonna be like, "Oh, did you see this in it?
Don't you ever stop talking. Mama sent you kisses.
Oh.
And Grandma Karen sent you some.
Keep snacks in the mommy bag.
Emojis.
Yes, always.
Yeah, always
snacks on snacks on snacks.
Yeah.
Snacks."
Always have snacks.
She is a little Miss Social Butterfly.
Wyatt is learning to cook, aren't you? You're doing pretty good.
Even though I haven't done it in like a year.
Oh, his time is so funny.
So
he thought we were in the grocery store.
He also thinks the
morning to night.
Yeah.
He thought we got there when we woke up. We're
working on that.
But anyways, he is working on the cooking stuff, and that's pretty cool. Pretty soon I'll be like, Wyatt, go make dinner.
Yeah, in the Instapot. And then poof.
Are y'all excited about the baby goats coming? You want to know? Yeah.
Those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're two pregnant.
Hopefully
Farm
3,
girl.
but definitely
Farm
2.
You gonna milk them?
Yeah. You gonna milk Wyatt?
And I'll milk the second.
All right.
Yeah, it sounds
deal.
good.
Mommy and Daddy can sleep in.
That's right. I got this. All right, y'all. Well, it is past our time. Thank you all for joining today. Man, there's a lot of people on here.
There
I'm
is.
excited.
Awesome.
Thank you all. Everybody, thank
was
you
fun.
for joining.
Wow.
Tomorrow, you get to see me use the tractor, like legit. I think I got some pretty cool shots in there too.
Yeah.
I'm learning like tractor shots.
I saw you.
You saw me.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
doing
were
the tractor.
watching.
Yeah.
In the window.
Everybody was watching me. I was trying not to tear up the yard. I'm doing circles around the house and different paths.
I saw you at the window.
Oh,
Mhm.
goodness. And then you get to see the wow, it is taking me down.
Don't let it, babe. Don't let it take
It's
you
like
down.
when's there and then gone. My goodness. All right. So then we do the shows in the greenhouse. So stay tuned to that. Hope y'all enjoy it. And we will catch you on the next one.
Yes, thank you so much for the super chats and the moderators. And make sure you go tell Honey I'm Homestead and the Anderson Homestead that we said we love.
I'm
them very
following.
much. We love
Say
y'all.
we love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.